Yo, what is up guys, it's JB Football here, and today I'm going to be doing my first long stop video, how to fix Newcastle United. I'm going to work really hard making this video as good as quality as possible, so it would mean the world to me if you could like, subscribe, share, and then comment any tips and suggestions. And yeah, as I said, this video is going to be about how to fix Newcastle United because they're not in the best position right now, so yeah, let's get right into it. As it is abundantly clear, Newcastle are in big trouble. Without the goals of Callum Wilson, they would be in the relegation zone right now. They are tied for second bottom in big chances created with only 13 and are 16th in goals scored with 18 and are last, that's right, last in shots. This team is not good. They cannot create chances or score any goals, it seems like. They've lost all of their last 5 games. Looking at the Premier League, they have arguably the worst feature in sight in the whole league. And since my friend is a Newcastle supporter, I want to help fix that. So here I am. I'm going to do him a favor and fix Newcastle United. And I've come up with some things to help with their major problems. 1. Have the backing of the board. The most important thing is to have the backing of the board or to have some sort of financial investment. And if they don't, they should try and find a new owner. Mike Ashley has been a very stingy owner and is hated by most all of the Newcastle fans because he only cares about the investment and doesn't care about his football club at all. He'll spend the bare minimum to keep his investment sound and keep him in the Premier League, but does not have any ambition at all. All these problems that are abundantly clear in Newcastle would have been fixed with a takeover, but that did not happen, so oh well, we have to go to plan B. My plan needs a little bit of cash, and I have gone off like the summers past where they've spent some money and what they have spent, but I might highball my estimates a little bit because the club needs investment to succeed. It's just that simple. They can't succeed in a league driven by money without any money. So yeah, I will be spending some money on transfers, and yeah, hopefully they'll have enough money this summer to do what I told them to do. Alright? 2. Try and find a new coach. I do like Steve Bruce, but it's obviously not working in this job. He's playing way too defensively for the talents they actually have, and they're just not scoring any goals, and you can't win games without scoring goals. So I think they should sack him and try and find a new coach. His style of football is not working here, and I feel it is time to shake things up. And I do have some great options for the new vacancy. The dream for me would be for them to go all in Graham Potter if he becomes unhappy at Brighton. He's a great coach, he plays great attacking football, he's young, he knows what he's doing, and Brian's playing really well right now. They just don't have quite the financial backing that Newcastle I think could give him. And if he gets just that little lump of money, he could bring Newcastle excellence and fans would be a lot happier. If not, there are many other talented coaches out there. Eddie Howe is out of a job right now, and he's also a great coach. He brought Bournemouth from the League One to the Premier League and played a very good style of football. Newcastle have some pretty good defenders, so I feel his biggest problem at Bournemouth was defending, and at Newcastle he'd be able to really focus on the attack without having to touch the defense much. So yeah, I feel like he'd also be another great option if they can't get Graham Potter. And then I have 2 more options, and these 2 are kind of wild cards. They may not be that possible, but I think Newcastle should still try and go for them anyway. So my 2 curveballs would be Arsene Wenger because he's out of a job and may be willing to accept the Newcastle job as a project. I know this is crazy. One of the best managers to ever be in the Premier League going to a club fighting the relegation. But he's out of a job right now, and if they offer him a nice big contract and show him the ambition and they show him that they really will back him financially, he may accept it. And if not, the other wild card would be Rafa. A return for him would be possible. He's currently coaching in China, and I can't really think that for a coach like him that's been at the hefty heights of Liverpool, coaching in China is really that fulfilling to him. So I really feel if they went for him, he might take the job. He's also got ties to the club, so already knows the people in it and has already been there. So I think these are 4 fantastic options. If they were to land any of them, it'd be a huge improvement to what they have now, and they'd really start playing well. Okay. Now we have a good coach, but a good coach can only do so much. I feel in football, the players and their talent is actually more important than the tactics of a coach. And Newcastle actually have a pretty decent squad right now, and the squad on paper looks a lot better than their place in the table. My preferred starting 11 would be a 4-3-3 with Fraser, Wilson, Ritchie up top, St. Maximin at cam, and then behind him the two holding mids would be Longstaff and Hendrick, and then the back four would be Jamal Lewis, Fernandez, Lascelles, Murphy, and then in goal they have a choice of two very solid options, Darlow or Dubravka. This is a pretty good starting lineup with a surprising amount of bench depth because they've also got people like Hayden, Gale, Almiron, and etc. I know the Premier League is strong, but that is definitely a lot better than where they are now. If you look at the attacking talent there, Frazier is one of the best assisters in the league. Wilson is a proven Premier League goal scorer, and St. Maximin is one of the up-and-coming skillers of the league. Richie is also a very solid option, and with the more attacking Murphy at right back, he'll definitely be able to help him with some of the defensive duties. Longstaff and Hendrick are solid bases at the defense and will keep a very solid line in front of the defense, and they've also got two very good keepers fighting for a spot in the net. But this squad can only go so far, and some purchases would really help this squad. Before the purchases though, some people still need to be shipped out. Shipping these people out will not only get rid of some dead wood, loosen up the wages, but will also bring us some more KD to spend. I feel Dummett, Yedlin, Hayden, and Dwight Gale are not needed. Selling these four players would raise quite a bit of funds and would definitely be able to help them accomplish more ambitious transfers in the window. In the 2019 summer, I saw that they spent around £70 million, bringing in St. Maximin and Joelinton, two very expensive signings. And with these sales I just made, we may be close to £100 million. That's a hefty chunk of change to spend. So let's get into the spending. Okay, so these transfers are where it really gets crazy and could really elevate this squad for years to come. My first transfer, automatic business, very obvious option would be to buy Tomori. I know he's gone on loan to AC Milan and they may have the buyback clause, the option to buy. They may enact that, but if they don't, I think Newcastle should really push for this guy. As a Chelsea fan, in no way I think Chelsea should sell this kid, but I don't think they really agree with me. But he is very, very good, and he's a great defender, and he's also really young, which this squad desperately needs. So he would replace Fernandez for me. He scored a lot of own goals, and he's not as solid as Lascelles in defense, so he would slot in immediately and be very, very good for this team. And if they don't want to push Fernandez out of the starting lineup, they can also play a 5-back with him, Lascelles, and Fernandez, really making that a solid base for them to improve on. The next signing I would make is another pretty obvious signing, which is Max Aarons. He's one of the best players in the championship, plays for Norwich, so they might be unwilling to sell him because they're pushing for a promotion right now. But in the summer, if Newcastle can get their hands on him, he'd be a great pickup because Murphy, he's more of an attacking player than a right back, and he's just been filled in there out of necessity because they really have no one else to play there. And right back's probably one of their biggest gaping holes in the squad right now. So picking up Max Aarons to go on the right flank, and could also play a little right wing back, very versatile guy, good defender, good attacker. And yeah, he'd be an excellent signing. And he would also he'd be the similar price to Tomori, around that 30 million mark. So those are two great signings. I think they'd really strengthen the defense. And then I know that they do have a lot of center mids, like in the starting lineup they have Longstaff, Hendrick, but then on the bench they also got Almiron, the other Longstaff, and then they've got a lot more. But I would go for a not really known player in England. His name is Youssouf Fofana. He plays in Ligue 1. He plays for Monaco, I believe, and he's really young and really talented center mid, and similar price, maybe a bit cheaper than Tomori and Max Aarons, but definitely worth the purchase. He's really solid, and he's pretty good at getting the ball from the defense to the attack, and is also very good at defending. And he started this whole season at a top level club. I think Monaco are 6th right now, and he started basically every game. He's looking real good this season, and I feel he would be a really amazing signing for this club. And that brings us to around the 80 to 90 million pound mark, and I think that's enough spending. With the coronavirus, they could definitely use to stop spending for a little bit. So buying those 3 players would massively increase the potential for this club, and also they're only all 21 to 23 years old, which basically future-proofs your side. Okay, if they flop, oh no, you took a gamble and it missed. But if they don't, you either get a star for 10 years plus, or you make a huge profit, like as you've seen with Jack Grealish. Maybe they didn't necessarily buy him for anything, but he's a young player that they took a gamble starting on, and now he is a 80 million pound plus player linked with all the big clubs. So yeah, I really feel that these three would be fantastic signings for this club, and would not only raise the floor but also massively increase their ceiling and potential for success in the future. The signings are great and will be really helpful in the future, but I think what this club really needs is a culture shock. And that's why I think the manager is one of the most important things. Steve Bruce the squad just seems content with just being not very good and just sitting, and they've got no flair, and it's just not clicking with Steve Bruce right now. So if they get a new manager, he'll instantly want to try and impress and succeed, and he'll really, hopefully, if they get one of the four people I said, they'll all try and whip the boys back into shape and really try and impress the club. They would not settle for what this club is doing right now. This is a disgrace. Newcastle used to be one of the biggest clubs in England, and now look at them. I think they might even get relegated if something doesn't change soon. Even if you look at their squad is good enough to be top 10, but there's something wrong at the club. It's the culture. The culture really needs changing. So they could go out and just get Howe, but shooting for the stars is definitely possible. They could definitely land a Potter, Rafa, or even Arsene. Finally, I think another important aspect to kind of future-proof their future and definitely raise their floor is to invest a lot of money into the academy. The academy, in my opinion, is the most important thing for a club. As you can see, La Masia, Chelsea's academy, and Liverpool's academy, they built their squad off of those players. Mount, Iniesta, Messi, Piqué, and then all the people that have come through at Liverpool, they're great players. Like, Liverpool has mainly used their academy to sell people like Solanke and Brewster, but even if they do that, that's 30 million pounds each player they sell. So the academy will definitely help Newcastle tremendously, because they would be getting these young, talented players for free, and fulfilling their dreams. So they'd probably have more loyalty to the club than just buying the players I said now. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below what Newcastle should do to fix their club, and stay tuned. I got a video coming out tomorrow, probably discussing the game that happened today, the Man City game, Chelsea's game. I'll just be discussing some stuff in the football video, the football world, and yeah, I got another long style video coming out this weekend. It's gonna be my top 100 players from last year. It's gonna be a lot longer than this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.